R&B Money. We up. Tank. J Valentine. We are the authorities on all things R&B.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tank.
I'm J Valentine.
And this
Yeah.
is the R&B Money Podcast, the authority on all things R&B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to be happy?
We,
Yeah. You want to be happy?
let's get into the thick of it. Pause. We talking 90s R&B.
What?
Huh?
A guy.
The shit that's missing
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
That we are still trying to capture and encapsulate
Yeah.
in today's time in 2024.
That's a perfect word. Missing.
Missing.
They're missing you.
Missing you. Ladies and gentlemen, Case in the building.
What up, y'all? What's the deal, yo?
Shit.
Yeah.
What's the deal, yo? Good to
Shit.
be here. Good to be here.
I'm starting it off like this. It was a guy by the name of Greg Baker. I don't know if you know Greg Baker.
Oh, yeah.
You know Greg Baker?
Oh, yeah.
Greg Baker was trying to recruit me out to church to sing R&B music.
Say word.
Absolutely. At that time, he's working your record, Touch Me, Tease Me, in D.C.
New Greg's is high school.
No way.
That's G Wiz brother from Heavy D and the Boys.
So you know how smoking hot you was in the DMV. You were on fire.
Yeah. It was a lovely
I know
time.
you reaped the
It was a lovely time. lovely time.
I know you reaped said the benefits.
Yeah, I was the Grim Reaper.
Chocolate City.
I
Oh,
can't
boy.
wait to be hot in D.C.
Oh, boy. Listen.
Man.
Boy, oh, boy.
Because I've been there.
You
Man.
were the recruiting tool. Listen to this. You too can be this.
Let's get it.
You too can touch me, tease me. I was like, but the Lord. Shit. The Lord doesn't want me to touch and tease these ladies. He wants me to pray, touch and agree with these ladies. And I wouldn't go. But I remember that moment like it was yesterday.
Yeah, Greg, that's my dude.
And he was listening. You were the selling point. He was like, don't you want this shit like this? And
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
He was killing.
Yeah, it was popping in DC.
And then a year later, I decided to do R&B.
Yeah, come on over.
McCliff and Jerry. And he got mad. He saw me. He said, no, you doing fucking R&B? I was trying to recruit you.
Yeah.
He was so
that
mad.
makes my mad. Yeah.
But that's been my nigga ever since. We always talk
Yeah.
about that story, man.
Yeah, that's funny.
And since day one, bro, since day one meeting you, like you're shit. I've never heard anybody say anything bad about Case, bro.
Nah,
That is a
because
very true statement.
I've never.
yeah, because I just try to stay out the way. Don't talk about people. Don't get in there. I stay to myself. I do what I do. I show love, and I get love back.
Always show love.
So, always show love.
Always.
Got
sure.
to.
For
Got
sure.
to.
And listen, and we'll get into that because we want to go in chronological order. But you went toe to toe with Joe.
Yeah.
I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah. There's a funny story behind that too.
That ain't.
We're going to get to that.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to throw that out there. You went toe to toe with Joe.
Yeah.
And got to it. All right, let's go back. Joe, Case, where does this all start? Where does this all begin? How do you become Case?
Man, it started when I was a little kid. I got pictures when I was like 2, 3 years old performing for company. My grandmother, her thing was all her grandkids had to know everything about Ray Charles and everything about James Brown or you was getting out.
No way.
You had to.
Yeah, you had to.
Okay.
Even if you couldn't sing or dance, you better know these songs. And she would have company. She would throw the best parties. And we would have to perform. My grandfather had the illest stereo system. Took up the whole wall. The microphone plugged in. We used to have to do concerts for company. And so that's when it started. And my pops was a singer. He used to be in Cameo back when I was a baby. They was called East Coast then.
Wait. Yo, hold on.
My dad.
Hold on. We that go. Your father was in Cameo.
Yeah, but they weren't Cameo. They were called
Okay.
East Coast.
Because y'all from New York.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. They were called East Coast.
Were they signed then or they were?
Nah, they weren't signed. They was still on the come up.
Yeah.
And then my mom's got pregnant. It was like, so either you keep running around on the road or you get a job and take care of this kid. So he got a job. But
So he never got to sing Word Up.
he never got to sing none of that. He never got to wear the cod pieces, none of that.
You want to
yeah.
wear that, man.
Yeah. So
And it's your fault.
I know. That's crazy, right?
I hope you've given back to him.
I tried my best.
That's crazy.
And so he would always just be singing. He'd be like, come sing with me. So we'd be singing. So it was always music in the house. It was always, That's why I don't know how to play cards. Because when the rest of my cousins was learning how to play cards, I was in the old records.
So if you can't sing, you got to play cards.
Well, no, they had to play cards too. I just wouldn't listen. I didn't want to play cards.
Oh,
I was the only one that was
fully
really,
focused on
really
music.
into music. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Everybody else was wearing the suit, ringing the bell. Like I was really into music. My other cousin, he ended up being an actor and an agent. He's an agent out here now, but I was the one that was really, really into music. So I was down there in the old records while they was learning how to play cards and all that. So
When did it make sense to you, like to where you or somebody was like, no, it's not just, a young kid performing for company and not just a hobby. Like this could be serious.
Well, I always wanted to make a record, but at that time, you talking about, I was a teenager. It was like 84, 85, 86. Yeah. It was a dream. I had no idea how to go about it. Mm-hmm. What changed for me is I moved from Brooklyn. I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. We moved to Mount Vernon. When I got to Mount Vernon, I came out of school one day. Heavy D was right there. We went to the same high school. He's right there. And this when
is he cracking?
Money Earner? Yeah.
Oh, shit.
He had a gold blazer that had Heavy on the window. So I'm like, so now it's real to me because back then all of the artists were older. It was like Kashif and Luther. Mm-hmm. But to see somebody young, I was like, wait, this is a little more real. Then I went to the store one day. Albie Shore was in there. So now I'm like,
yeah,
because we all went to the same high school. It's one high school in our town. So we all went to the same high school. I'm like, so I'm talking to him. I'm like, okay, now I see. And since they was popping, now everybody in the town is trying to do music. So now I find my way. Like this one does music, this one does music.
Yeah.
So now I found a way. Then Puff got in the door. Then it just kept rolling.
And your first studio session is when?
Albie Shore. I used to run around with Al, and he would like kind of teach me about songwriting and stuff. And he was working on his album Sexy Verses.
Okay.
So we sitting there in the Hit Factory. And he's writing on a piece of paper.
First of all, this is cold-blooded, nigga.
Man.
This is
real history.
This is good shit.
This is real. This is real R&B history.
I just want to throw that out there, nigga. This shit is great.
And I didn't realize that. So he's sitting there writing at a piece of paper. The track is playing. Vincent Herbert and Kayama Griffin had done the track.
Vince.
They were still on the come up too.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there. So out of nowhere, he's like, huh. I'm like, yeah, look good. He's like, nah, go sing. I'm like, sing what? It was no melody. It was just words on the paper. He was like, I'm going to start the track. Just go in there and sing whatever comes out. Mind you, I never sang in the studio. I'm like,
how old are you at this point?
17 maybe,
okay.
18.
Still in high school?
Well, I got kicked out of high school a long time before that.
All right.
They asked me to never come back.
Oh, you one of those?
Yeah. And I respected their decision.
I respect.
Like, yeah.
I was a bit much.
What you get kicked out for, bro? We can't. You gotta tell us why you got kicked out.
There's a few things. It was a build up. Like it was some of it was fighting, but I had this one special talent. And security came to me one day. He was like, "Yo, you be in school on time every day. You be here all day and don't go to a single class, but we never catch you in the hallway." I'm like, "It's a talent."
No way.
So first period, I would roam the hallways. Second period, I go in somebody's study hall. Third period, I'm back in the hallways. I go to fourth, fifth, and sixth period lunch. Seventh period.
Are you doing 3 periods of lunch?
Yeah, that's the easiest place. But I'm not eating. I'm just chilling. And we had the courtyard. We had dice games and all type of stuff. It was a party for me because my parents were Jehovah's Witnesses. So it was really strict. So the only time I could be me was at school.
It was at school.
Because a kid gonna be a kid.
Right. Yeah.
And I couldn't be a kid at home. So I'm like, all right, bet. And they was like, he's one of the smartest kids in the class. He just don't do shit. So they was like, yeah, you should probably. I showed up to this one class. It was, I think it was English in May. School's over in June. So she's like, who you? I'm like, Case Woodard.
No way.
So she's
No way.
So she's like, I'm like, Woodard, Case? She's like, you got dropped from this class in November. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna just go roam the hallways. That was her choice. I was in class. So
that's how you made it make sense.
Yeah,
that was her choice.
Well, that's what I said. In case I got caught.
She dropped.
In case I got caught, I'd be like, she kicked me out.
I ain't belonging here.
What was I to do?
What? Did you graduate?
No, he got kicked out, bro.
They sent me to the alternative school, and I wasn't going there.
So you haven't graduated high school to this day?
To this day.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. That's what I say. Fuck it.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moral of the story is...
There's no real moral. It's just like...
I was going to try to sum this shit up some kind of way.
You don't need... Get you some hit records.
You need some hit records.
Yeah.
That's the only way Figure this shit out.
Yeah, pretty much. Because I didn't have no plan B. Because I don't believe in plan B.
I'm
If
with you
you
on
have a plan B, you set yourself up for failure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Is what I always thought.
So what do you sing when Al B says, sing what comes to mind?
I went there singing, no more freaky women Friday night, 2 or 3 at a time. And I'm singing it, and he kept it on the song. He used it on the record. He didn't give me no publishing, but whatever. I was fine. It was the experience.
Days.
Yeah.
Those days.
The funny part, it never occurred to me that he'd give me publishing until about a year ago. Me and him was talking. I'm like, hold up. And I said it as a joke. Yeah.
Yeah, I had all my publishing taken early 90s.
Yeah, that's a thing. That's
That
the
was
thing.
I think I got a $750 check for playing
$750
on the live recording, but all the songs I helped write. I was like, yeah, any royalties come in for Hoochie Coochie Man?
Yeah.
Royalties never come
Royalties
in for
never
Hoochie
come
Coochie Man.
in.
But y'all, let me
Hoochie
tell you.
Coochie
So I wrote the first song on Usher's first album. It's called Baby, You Know That I Can Make It Right. I co-wrote that song, right?
Okay.
You still crispy too.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He just dialing it up. He
Them
dialing it
niggas,
up.
niggas still crispy.
But I tried to. 'Cause
Yeah.
I see there's a lot of us out there. You seen it.
You crispy.
You seen it.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, so now my girl at the time, she's pregnant. I need money. So I'm like, yo, I'm just sell my portion. They gave me a check for $4,000. I'm like, I'm rich. But yeah, that's but I sold that. So they gave me like $4,000.
Work for hire.
Yeah, because I needed the money. She was pregnant.
Yeah.
And I had left my job. So something had to happen.
4,000.
$4,000.
4,000 in when? Let's say 4,000.
This is 93.
You trying to put
93.
This is 93.
what it really mean right now with 4,000?
Nigga, I'm just thinking 11th grade, like
4,000.
93?
Yeah.
Nigga, you know how
4,000.
many pair of Guess jeans I could, nigga.
God.
The Guess jeans at that time, if you go to the outlet,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, we got the hockey jersey.
They was up about $20-something for the
So
Guess
he
jeans.
just answered what did he buy with his
and get a
4,000.
party shirt.
He bought a hockey
'cause
jersey.
You didn't give it all to the kid. I know you didn't do. You didn't.
No. No, he wasn't born yet. He wasn't born yet. In all fairness, he wasn't here yet.
I'm gonna use most of this.
Yeah, I'm just using this to further the enterprise.
Right.
Like, yeah. This for us. I'm doing this for us.
So you from working with Al B, now you've started to become a songwriter.
Yeah, because he's teaching me
He's teaching
structure
you.
and
Right.
lyrics and arrangements and stuff, which I didn't realize that I had no idea. You know what I mean? I would write songs, and how I started writing songs, I would write songs to the melody of other songs that I liked. And that's how I really got started writing. But he was teaching me about structure and how to put them together and how to make it make sense. And there's certain stuff that's so good that Al has written on that you don't even, I bet you I don't even realize that the second verse for Forever My Lady don't rhyme.
Never thought about that.
It's so dope that you don't realize it don't rhyme.
There's no meaning in what we do. And all it does rhyme.
Do the next line.
It's like to me, if I ever lose you, tell me where I go. Life would have no meaning. And I pray that you always stay with me, yeah.
The whole second part don't rhyme at all, but it's so good.
good.
And that's what he told me. He was like, it don't matter. Just make it good. That whole second part, that second verse don't come close to rhyming. But you never notice that.
Never.
Because it's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Sang so good.
Yeah. Everything about it is so good that never enters your mind. Or Goodbye Love. You don't know what's the chorus for Goodbye Love. Guy? Because it's so good.
I feel like that's the chorus.
Which is at the end of the song.
Right.
You said you'd never leave me. I said, that's not the chorus. The chorus don't come to the end of the song. After the bridge. After the bridge is goodbye. That's the chorus. The chorus don't come till the end of the song.
Wow.
Can I'll be sure.
No, that was Aaron. That was Aaron Hall.
Aaron wrote that. Got it.
But what Al was teaching me was just to, like you said, it don't always have to rhyme and
Just
about what you're saying.
Yeah.
And the melody structure. Melody is king was the first that he would always say. Because babies know the ABC song. They don't know the ABCs, but they know that melody.
absolutely.
So he's like, melody is way more important. But then he also was saying stuff. So he was like, but you need to be saying something.
Right.
So,
Songwriting 101.
and I would just stay, I'd be sitting in there while he's writing songs, like just learning, just seeing what he's doing and how he's putting it together and and I'm just sitting there. I'm like 18. I'm just sitting on the Hit Factory had that little ledge. I'm sitting there just chilling, being quiet so nobody will notice I'm still here.
So are you signed to him or anything? He just like it's my young homie from Mount Vernon.
Yeah, it was just that.
I'm gonna put him on.
Yep, and JoJo Brim, me and him was best friends for about.
My
Yeah,
nigga.
he
right
just landed
there.
actually.
Oh, shit,
Yeah,
okay.
but we've been best friends since we was about 18, and So they were best friends, and that's how I got in with Al. And he was like, yeah, we gonna die together. That's Al's thing, we gonna die together. He was like, yeah, I got you. I'm gonna teach you. So I just sat there and just soaked it up.
How many years are you with him? Just working and writing and are you singing? So obviously you singing on the demos too.
Yeah, I'm singing references. I got a reference in my phone from 1991. It's me, my homeboy Brian, and Dave Hollister.
Wow.
To a song that Kyle West produced and Al wrote. It's dope.
Ah, man.
So we singing references for
All
him.
legends.
Yeah, we singing references. That's it. Casey and JoJo and Dave Hollister was doing references too at the same time. They were doing the references for Tevin Campbell. We were just all, he had a bunch of singers that he would have do references for him, and that was us. It was me, Casey and JoJo, Dave Hollister. It was a whole team he had. My man T.L. Cross. He had all of us just doing stuff. So we all learning from him.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did you know Jonathan Hall?
No, who's that?
Okay, he's from Jersey.
Mm-mm.
He's
Not by name.
Related to Aaron and all them.
Oh, no.
Okay.
So at this point, when you're doing demos, you're writing, you're singing background, you're doing everything you possibly can in business. Are you actively pushing toward a solo career?
No. Actually, it was me and a good friend of mine, Lil B. We were a duo called Black. And we went up to Uptown, and Jimmy Jenkins said he was going to sign us. He loved us. And it never happened, of course. And then a few months later, there was a group we were in the same management group called La Day. And one of the members of La Day got kicked out as a 4-man group. And they wanted me and Brian to join La Day. So Brian came to me. They already had a deal. So Brian was like, yo, I'm broke. You broke. You wanted? I'm like, nah. He was like, well, would you be mad if I did? I'm like, nah, do your thing. No hard. We spoke the other day for 3 hours. That's my man. I'm like, nah, ain't no hard feelings. Do your thing. And it's at that moment I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna do it by myself. So
that's how you become a
that's
solo
how I became a solo artist. Because I was always trying to be in a group for some reason. Because I love Commission and Guy and Gap. So I wanted to be in a group.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it never occurred to me to go solo.
So what's your first move? Now you solo. What are you doing?
What am I doing? Still recording just demos. And I think it was Dom. What's his Dom's name? He passed away recently too. Exotic Dom. He used to work at Uptown. He was like, yo, I wrote a song for you. And he took me to Kyle West's house, who's Al's cousin. It's called All Right. And we demoed it. I'm like, and to this day, people talk about this. So it was dope. I'm like, yeah, I did a song with Kyle West. I'm playing it for everybody on the cassette. And from there, I just kept trying. And then me and Misa Hilton, we went to high school together. And so we were friends from...
So all y'all from Mount Vernon?
Yeah, we all from Mount Vernon.
Crazy.
And it's one high school. It's 4 square miles. Half of that is white people. So the other half is two square miles of us. And it's one high school. So everybody knows everybody. And she's like, yeah, I know that you're trying to do whatever. I want to help you because she was like, I see, you're a good father to your son and I like family men and this and that. So she gets Faith Evans to write a song for me called Don't Be Afraid.
This is crazy.
And,
the name
this is crazy, bro.
drops.
This is
Are
crazy.
so crazy. We got to keep track of that. We just do the ticker every time a legendary name is dropped.
Yeah.
So she wrote a song called Don't Be Afraid. I had signed with this guy, Kenny Smooth, who was signed to Eddie F. Untouchables.
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 Yeah.
So it's all connected.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then Russell and Leo were looking for, they wanted an R&B singer like DMX. I'm like, this is Leo's words. I swear to God. He was like, I want an R&B singer that when he's finished, you get off the stage and fucking rob you. I'm like, I don't know about that, but okay. I see what you mean.
I mean, you did get kicked out of school,
I didn't rob nobody, not in high school.
but you could have used it.
Yeah. No, I got what he meant. I'm like, I got you, so I
Yeah.
stole something out his desk. Right. And he signed me. Like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, so this me, huh? Yeah. So, but Russell heard it. He loved it. He was like, yeah, I'm signing him. And the funny part, I'm the last artist that Russell personally signed to Def Jam. LL's the first ever, and I'm the last ever.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Yeah, last artist. Yep.
So did you come with the record? Because obviously you were already working with Kenny Smooth,
Right.
Who produced "Touch Me, Tease Me."
Right. Well, all we had was Don't Be Afraid. Don't Be Afraid was
Okay.
supposed to be the first single. That was set in stone for, I signed my deal in like March of 95. All the way up to, we didn't do Touch Me, Tease Me till Christmas Eve of 95. Why did they let Russell hear it? He's like, scrap everything. That's the first single. I'm like, y'all just messed up.
That's what you're thinking.
Yeah, y'all messed up. Because it was a bigger record than Don't Be Afraid was ever going to be.
Okay.
That's why you don't let him hear that now, because for the past year, that was the play. Don't Be Afraid, and then we'll have something else. That was the something else. They let Russell hear it. And so that ended up being the first single. And you're not changing Russell's mind. You can maybe change Leo's, but you're not changing Russell's mind.
If you play Me, Touch Me, Tease Me, you're not
Nothing
changing
else
my mind.
Exactly.
Right?
And that's why I'm like, why would you play it for him?
So you wanted a setup.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, now in hindsight.
Right.
In hindsight, and obviously this was a different time than the music business is now, where you need to put your best foot forward. This was a time where people had set up records, get people going, get the interest. So is that how you're thinking of it?
Yeah.
Instead of, listen, I got a smash and the world needs to hear this smash.
No,
Did you know it was a smash?
Yeah.
Be honest.
No,
be
let
honest,
me tell you the
okay?
truth. I can't pick a up-tempo record to save my life.
Okay.
I could pick a ballad in my sleep.
Yeah.
What I went by was everybody else's reaction.
Their
And I'd be like,
reaction to it.
this is dope. They're like, you crazy? I'm like, okay, this is dope. So no, I didn't know.
Okay.
But by everybody else's reaction, and I keep a bunch of no people around me. I don't mess with yes people.
Yeah.
When all the no people are saying hell yeah, that's what made me know it was a smash.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm like, because here's the thing. They wanted to put it on the soundtrack for 90%. And that's what Russell said. This is going on my $100 million soundtrack. So what ended up happening is Touch Me, Tease Me went platinum. The soundtrack went platinum. But now when my album comes, nobody's buying the album because of Touch Me, Tease Me. We already shot our load.
They already have it.
And that was the problem. That was the problem that I had. I saw that one coming.
Right.
So
Kind of a good problem to have.
yeah, it's definitely that. It's definitely a good problem to have in hindsight. But at the time, I'm like, damn, we might have just messed up. Because in my mind, I'm like, I don't know how many shots I'm gonna get at this. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Well, and also at that time, like, you know, when you're in it at the moment, you don't know that you're making generational records.
Right. Right.
You don't know that you have a record that is now going to be played in clubs in
Every party.
2024.
Yeah, every
Yeah.
party, yeah. Had
You know
no
what I'm
idea.
saying?
I had no idea if it was even good or not. I had to ask people. So
Did you know Foxy already?
no. What happened was we were trying to we had the record done. We did it Christmas Eve, like I said. And we was like, we need a rapper. He was like, let's get a female rapper.
Okay.
So he's like, Left Eye, nah. Lauryn Hill, nah. Little Kim. Went through the whole list, and then somebody was like, yo, Foxy, and this when Ashacha came out, and she was starting to bubble. He was like, yo, she's right on our label. Nobody thought of that. Called her, she came in, did it one night. It was,
She went crazy.
yeah, she went crazy.
She killed that record too.
I got a picture of me and her in the booth. And I got a 40 of St. Ides in my hand.
Yeah,
While we was
St.
doing
Ides.
that. I had a 40 of St. Ides.
You were DMX.
Yeah,
You were
yeah,
DMX.
I guess so.
It just
I
made,
don't- I
it
got-
just made sense.
Yeah, there's a picture of us in the studio in the booth. I got a 40 of St. Ides, and we was laughing about something. But yeah, that's how we ended up getting Foxy, because we was like, we need a female rapper, and we just trying to figure out who.
You're right.
Give me, because at that time, like, promo tour was a thing, right?
Yeah.
They put you on a promo tour, and then you get to watch the audience build. If you have that kind of record, you get to see it go from 75 people to 7,500. Give me that that layout in terms of you get on that first van and go do your first.
Well, my first promo tour wasn't like that. The second one was. My first promo tour, they had an event. They had a remember the briefcase from the beginning of Touch Me, Tease Me video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so they had the briefcase and it was filled with money. And it was these intimate clubs up and down the East Coast, and there was a contest, and the winner, whoever's key opened it, won the money.
Okay.
So the audience didn't really build because the record was a hit and it was real intimate. So it wasn't really shows. And I would sing Touch Me, Tease Me, and only Touch Me, Tease Me. Until I got to Atlanta. We get to Atlanta because Kevin Lyle was like, nah, only sing Touch Me. Nobody wants to hear a bunch of records they don't know. So I'm like, okay, he knows better than me. So it's me and Foxy, we in Atlanta, pulling up. It's so packed that there's cars parked on the highway and people is walking from the highway to the club.
Yeah.
It's jam-packed. So
Yeah.
we in the back. I'm like, yeah, about to get busy. We go out on the dance floor and Foxy almost slipped. Somebody spilled beer. So stop the music. We go in the back while they get it cleaned up. Go back out. Now it feels like we still on ice. So we perform, we stand in one spot. DJ plays the wrong version. He plays the version of Touch Me, Tease Me without Foxy. So she did her second verse, but the first verse was all messed up. And he told me don't sing any other records. So I'm like, okay, good night. He was like, boo! I'm like, I called Def Jam. I'm like, yeah, from now on, I'm doing what I want. And the next show is in Detroit, and I did a whole show. People's like, I was in Atlanta. How come you didn't do that? I'm like, listening to somebody else. So my first promo tour wasn't really like what you. The second one was like that, but the first one wasn't like that. It was real intimate.
So by the time it got to the second one, they was packing it out for you already.
No, not really, because this was the thing, and I feed off of people not believing in me. I don't know why, more than I feed off of people believing in me.
Mm-hmm.
And the knock on me was, yeah, he can't really sing, because Touch Me, Tease Me, anybody could sing that, and I agree. And so when it came time to do the second album, Kedar was in Leor's office. He played Faded Pictures. And he was like, yeah, Joe, this is Joe's record, but he wants to do it as a duet. So Leo was like, what about Case? And Kedar was like, yeah, but Case can't really sing. I had just recorded Happily Ever After. So he was like, Kathy, bring that fucking Case record in here. So he plays it, and then he calls me in there.
Yeah.
So I'm standing there. I'm like, what's up? He's like, just sit down, you little motherfucker. Yeah. So I'm sitting there, and he's playing Happily Ever After. Kedar was like, oh, yeah, never mind. He's like, you're doing this song with Joe. And that's how we ended up doing it. So they weren't packing it out because it wasn't there yet. You know what I mean? And the first single from the next album was Faded Pictures. Mm-hmm. So I had to kind of build that up. And that
was Faded Pictures a soundtrack record too?
Yeah, it was on Rush Hour.
Because I noticed that. Mm-hmm. Like you were, in my opinion, kind of the king of the soundtracks.
Yeah, you know
like
what happened?
All your songs, because Def Jam, those were all controlled by, all these soundtracks were controlled back then by Def Jam.
Right.
And it seemed like that's how they were launching all of your music.
Yeah. Because what people don't realize is that when you do it on a movie soundtrack, the movie company pays half of the cost.
Talk about the business of it.
And so I'm like, okay, if I can spend half the money for the promotion, sure, you could put it on the soundtrack. Right. The downside to that is, like I said,
it's on there.
They're buying it from there.
They're buying it from the soundtrack. So unless you got something else coming, you're gonna be kind of asked out. The soundtrack's gonna sell, and then when you drop yours, and I learned that from the first time, so I made sure it didn't happen the second time.
What do you mean you made sure it didn't happen the second time? As far as what? Because you said
having something to come behind.
You had another record ready.
Yeah, I had one locked and loaded this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was
Happily Ever After.
Yeah. But we no, because we jumping.
Yeah.
Because you said you gonna give us a story about this Joe thing, man, and y'all. Oh no, y'all really rocking together.
No, that was it.
Okay.
He was like, yo, he can't really sing this and that, and then when he played him Happily Ever After. Happily Ever After. He was like, okay, yeah, never mind. And then we ended up doing the record.
Because
who produced Happily Ever After?
Joe.
No,
Chris Henderson. Chris Henderson produced Happily Ever After.
Yeah, Chris Henderson.
Yeah, but let Joe, because we love Joe here.
Yeah, that's my guy.
We all love
That's
Joe.
That's my
here.
guy.
The experience of, did y'all even know each other yet?
No, I actually don't think we had ever met at that time.
But this wasn't the age of I'm gonna send you the MP3.
We got in the studio together.
You gotta get in this. You gotta get in the studio.
And the first night we got in the studio, I bought a bunch of. Okay, somebody bought a bunch of strippers. And,
you just said you.
I didn't say that. Wait. No, these ain't the droids you're looking for. No, I didn't say that.
I hit you tonight.
It's funny you think I said that.
Okay, so the strippers
somehow
they appeared.
Okay. To Faded Pictures. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. It was that. It was a different time.
Yeah, right.
So we got a dice. So then Joe somebody brought him an envelope of money. He had like 10,000. So I pull out the dice. So we got a dice game. He takes all my money.
Joe?
Yeah. So now I'm like, nah, I'm putting up jewelry. And they was like, yo, this game is over. So then the session is getting done, whatever. And at the end, Senator Def Jam was like, you guys sound drunk. Like, I don't know why that is, but okay. So like, we went back like 2 nights later. Yeah.
Me?
Right.
Drunk?
I'm not drunk.
Nah.
I'm on medication.
You tripping.
Yeah. So then we go back like 2 days later, we knock it out. It was fine. So
y'all had to sing that twice.
Yeah. Well, I had to sing all of mine. His parts was pretty much done, except for the new stuff that we added. So yeah, we had to do it again. But it was fun.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Them is the R&B stories we love.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Man, don't you miss those days?
Oh, man.
When somebody showed up with a bunch of strippers.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
And some dice.
Oh, yeah, you got the dice. I know you got the dice.
Yeah.
Oh, we should have had some. I didn't know you got down like,
Man, listen.
I move a little dice in my time. I learned from, my constituent here.
I stopped with the dice.
Some with me. They're attached to my keys.
I learned my lesson.
Are those the Omarion dice?
No. We got rid of those
You
a
got
long
rid of
time
those?
ago. Yeah.
Oh, you had the trick dice?
No. See, look what you started.
No, they're not trick dice. He just don't. See, this nigga's lucky.
Yeah, nah. I just hit it.
Don't play
Hit it
dice
for
with him.
15,000 some years ago. That's this.
He waiting on the song. This man Omarion is waiting on a life-changing
Me and
song.
my nigga Lil Ronnie, man.
And this
You in his
nigga's
pockets.
taking his money.
And you in his pockets.
In his pockets.
We was just
What kind of man are you?
What kind of?
We was trying to pass the time.
Well, it passed.
We was trying to pass the
I'd
time.
be mad. I was mad as hell with Faded Pictures. I know that feeling. You like, I don't even want to sing this shit.
But you got it all back with the hit record.
Yeah, that makes sense now. It didn't make sense that night.
Smash.
That
though.
night, I'm like, boy, I never forget you for this shit.
So
that night, you mad as hell.
What is your first tour?
First tour was me, Drew Hill, Faith Evans,
Oh man.
and Total.
Oh, y'all was cooking.
And that was the tour that I had my tour bus, had my whole album cover on.
Of course.
Oh, I was like,
Of course.
I got pictures of it in my phone. I was like, Mom, look at this. He had the little yellow camera. So that was the tour because Happily Ever After was out.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember the first show was in DC at Constitution Hall.
Come on, Constitution.
So I get on stage and everybody knew Faded Pictures and Touch Me, Tease Me. When Happily Ever After came, they sat there. It was like 2 people clapped. They sat there. And when I hit the long note, no, literally. Then when I hit the long note at the end, everybody clapped, but nobody got out their seats. Second show, then the piano starts. It was like maybe 50 people clapped. A couple people stood up. Everybody clapped when I hit the note. By like the third, fourth show, soon as everybody stood up, I was like, oh shit, we got one.
It's cooking.
Yeah.
That's that
It's
experience.
cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, we got something. Yeah.
I never forget JoJo playing me that record. And I spoke about it on another episode actually when music came because I also never forgot when him playing me Love the first time.
Oh, I got a story about music.
No, he
too.
used to pull up and just have smash. Like y'all just had smashes at this time, bro. Like these records were insane.
Yeah.
And he's like, nigga, we got one. He was like, we got the wedding song of all time. The wedding song of all time, nigga. I'm telling you, I'm the problem child. You know, call it
Yeah.
He's like, nigga, I'm the problem
Yeah.
child. Nigga, I got the. And that nigga played Happily Ever After, and I was like, this shit is special.
Yeah, I still do it at weddings to this day.
It's
I know
special.
you
Call.
do.
It's crazy, right?
Even if you're not there,
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
going
which
to
is-
song
play.
is playing.
But you know what's crazy? When I first did my first interviews coming in the game, they'd be like, what do you want to accomplish? It was never money, awards. It always was, I wanted to make music that, because my parents were still listening to old music. I'm like, I want to make music that when people get that age, they still want to hear it. That was my only goal. Because then you live forever. When you make trendy stuff, you there. And
Right.
there's some people that's going to reminisce over it. But when it's classic and it's quality, they're gonna remember it, and they're
Right.
always gonna want to hear it. And that's what I wanted to do.
You
I
got
think-
you got some of them.
but I think like, and just to add to what you're saying, like, it wasn't not trendy. It wasn't not for the time. It was just very good music.
Yeah, but there's a difference between for the time and trendy.
Well, I mean, it wasn't.
When
It's
I say
hard to
trendy,
say
you're
because in 90s, I don't remember a lot of trendy music in the 90s. I remember in the 90s, it was a
little bit.
lot of great
was a lot of-
music in the 90s.
You had a couple.
It was some trendy stuff.
Far and few in between.
Yeah. A lot less than
It was way less than now.
There was like if there was 80%, 85%
Easy.
quality music
Easy.
in the 90s.
Easy.
That is still played
Easy.
to this day. And I think that was the trend
Yeah.
in that time was you got to make some fire shit.
I think a lot of us
some
felt that way.
quality
Yeah, I think a lot of us felt that way.
That was
Yeah.
now today's trend
That's
is
different. Go viral.
he's got to make TikTok, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying that to say, like, that was the trend. To be fly, to be fired,
Yeah.
to have some substance.
And you want
to
something
have
that's gonna
some-
be around.
Man,
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah.
People were signing that.
Yeah. That's what they was looking for.
That was what they was looking for.
Yep.
Where's the all-timer? As Clive Davis would say.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what they was looking for. And that's why, but the music reflected that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
for
That's
sure.
what
the
that's what they was looking for.
musicianship in the music.
Yep.
Nigga, y'all wasn't singing through no auto-tune, through no like
Never heard of it. Yeah. Never heard of it.
Y'all
yeah,
was standing on business.
yeah, it's like sing.
Nigga.
Like, you better sing. That's what Uncle Charlie used to come to me. You better be singing, boy. Keep yapping.
Yeah.
That's every phone call. Keep yapping, baby. And he'd hang up.
I mean, at the end of the song, you said, "I can't sing no more." On Faded Pictures.
No, that's missing you.
Oh, missing yo,
I
missing
was
you.
dying that day. Yeah, I was dying
I can't
that day.
sing no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, because it wasn't about punching in. It wasn't about punching in. It was about just full out singing.
Yeah.
People don't realize probably how many times you had to sing that song over and over that night. It
Well,
wasn't
missing you, I
about
only had to sing it twice.
you just sang through.
But because I was sick, I had before that whole week I had laryngitis.
Oh, it's classic.
I landed in LA on
classic.
Monday. It was like, we got to do this song, Missing You. I was like, all right, cool. I get here on Monday night. I don't know what happened. Tuesday, I can't sing. So I'm like, all right, push it to Wednesday. Wednesday, still can't sing. I'm drinking stuff all day.
You don't know what happened.
I still can't. No. This time I honestly don't know what happened. It came out of nowhere. So now it's Wednesday night. I still can't sing. Thursday night, I start feeling better. I'm like, bet, let's make it for tomorrow. But then that night I go to the studio with Ja. We do Living It Up. And then I go hang out afterwards.
Smash.
Of course you hang out.
And now I lost my voice again. But this time I can't talk. So they was like, it's Friday. If we don't do it today, we can't do Missing You. So I get to the studio. I'm like, I tried. I'm drinking everything all day. It's not working. So JoJo's with me. He was like, I'll talk to you. He's like, yo, he don't have his voice. He's like, we gonna do what we can. So he was like, okay, can you go through it one time? Yeah. So he puts it on. I go through it the first time. He's like, can you give me one more? I was like, so I get to the end of the song, and I felt it. I'm like, I can't sing no more, and I'm like this, like, I can't sing no more, babe. And then I stop, and so I go and I'm knocking on the window, and they all in there like this. So I come out the booth and tap. I'm like,
It's still playing.
I'm like, yeah, song. I'm like,
done.
I'm like, I can't talk no more.
Right.
It was over. So that was
And
that
they
day.
kept
It was
the tape.
really over. I mean, the crazy part, both of them songs got nominated for Grammys. Ain't that crazy?
Missing
Two
you.
songs you do
Living It Up
in the
and-
same week.
Yeah, with voice problems.
Wow.
That's nuts. Both got nominated for Grammys.
There's some other classic things. Because that's my mistake for jumping. What is the phone call like? Or was there a phone call about R. Kelly wanting to sample Happily Ever After?
No. What happened was it came out. And we was like, that's my song. That's when the phone call came. It came out.
So there was no phone call.
There wasn't no phone call.
Rob ain't making no phone call.
Somebody should have made that call, though.
My record. It's my record now.
It's my record.
Okay, Bob.
Robert ain't making.
Okay, Bob.
Robert ain't making no
Yeah.
phone
So-
call. You got to come catch Robert.
Yeah.
So y'all hear The Greatest Sex, and it's like, hold
I
on.
got off a plane from Japan, and me and Nokia,
Shout out to Nokia.
Yeah, no,
Shout
we
out
had
to
a
Nokia.
we had a suite at the W, and we put a bunch of equipment in. We gonna stay here for a month, and just because we was doing a lot of writing at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So R. Kelly's album had just come out either that day or the day before. So we had the CD, listening, and we got to the great. I think that's the third song. So we listened. Nigga Noke was like, he's looking at me. I was like, I heard it. So then I'm like, I heard it. So we just keep going. And I was like, but wait for it to, do something. And then, nobody make no call.
It just stayed there.
Yeah, somebody else that did that recently that sampled something I wrote, and they asked me to clear it, and I didn't do it, and I hadn't done it yet. And a week later, it came out. I'm like, bet. I'm sitting around waiting right now.
Because now you can
Name your
just
price.
Name your price.
Yeah,
Is that how the situation went with
Pretty much.
The Greatest Sex?
Yeah,
just
'cause it was out
listen,
already.
The record is out. Y'all not gonna pull it back.
it was out. There was nothing they could do. It was out already.
And it was rocking too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So get them samples cleared. You go pay.
Right.
Because like you said, you got to name the price now. Now that it's out.
But his was what, more of an interpolation though, right?
Yeah.
So it was really
Yeah.
a percentage
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, it was a percentage thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It wasn't just a straight up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Now it was some, they
Some
moved it
people-
around a little bit.
But
you can hear it. It's,
Yeah, you can hear
no,
it.
all day.
But no,
Yeah.
but now the song I'm talking about that's out, that on the album now, her chorus is my exact verse melody line for line. So that's not it. That's my
Bar
whole,
for bar.
Bar for bar.
Yeah, yeah.
Bar for bar. It's
They gotta
same
take-
exact
They
melody.
gotta take care of that.
Yeah,
They gotta
that's gonna get fixed.
And then you had the full trump card. Beyonce in the video.
Yeah. But see, nobody knew who she was then really. They was new.
Right.
Now
I
it's
get
a
it.
stroke of brilliance.
Now it's
Yeah,
the
that was a stroke of brilliance. But for me, we wanted somebody for the video. If you remember back then, people had known people in the
Known
videos.
people in the videos, yeah.
We was like, who could we get? Like, and at that, everybody was in somebody else's video, so I wanted somebody new. So it was like, Nia Long, no, she's in this. So we're going through the list. We like, we got to figure out something. And I was at JoJo's office, and BT, one of them BT shows was on, and the video with Wyclef came on. I'm like, who's that? He's like, I don't know. Well, find out, nigga. Go get her. And that's how that happened. So we called down there. They wanted to hear the song. Played the song. He's like, I bet. She came up, her mom, her pops, Solange, and Kelly, matter of fact. We had a 3-day shoot. It was cool as hell.
3-day shoot.
3-day shoot.
Remember those
Shoot videos
days?
for 3 days?
3-day shoot.
I shot slowly, for 2.5 days.
2.5
How much
days,
money you
B.
spent on a Slowly video?
About 700, 800.
Yeah, them long
How
shoots.
much you spent on Happily Ever After?
I don't even know. I think it was about 6, something like that.
Yeah, no, it was.
Spending 7, 6. We're not talking about 6,000.
Nah,
That's about
nah,
7,000.
nah.
Talking
Nah.
about 600,000.
We talking about tape,
Yeah, tape.
nothing digital.
Nothing
tape.
digital. It's all tape.
Yeah.
You got to pay for the actual tape.
Yeah, the tape was running.
Yeah.
We blew up a building, a whole
for
building.
no reason, bro. Why?
What do you mean? I was an
Why?
action hero.
And slowly? Why would you blow up a building?
Because I was an action hero.
You blew it up slowly, though.
We used
Blew it
to
up yeah.
slowly.
If you blew it up, that's
we
different.
used the stunt men from the Matrix.
Yeah.
The actual stunt men. I almost cut my finger off with the wire, the hanging wire, when I did my ninja kick. Kicked in the, like, I'm hanging midair, J Valentine, in the middle of a warehouse.
I would like y'all
Okay.
to go listen to the lyrics of Slowly.
Yeah.
And then think about all the dumb shit he was doing.
That's fucked
While
up.
this was going on.
That's fucked
He gonna
up.
lose a finger to Slowly.
That's fucked up.
Take off your
That's
coat.
dedication. That's
Drink
dedication.
some more.
Drink some more.
It was-
Don't look at my hand. My finger's gone.
you gonna join in on this shit.
It was too easy. It was too easy.
At least he had like a whole bunch of roses and shit.
yeah.
This made sense for the
I was an action
whatever.
hero.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay.
All right?
All right. Cool. Cool. It's part of your reel.
It was part of my reel.
Part of your reel.
It all worked out, though. It all works out.
Thank God.
And now he want to know why he ain't never seen a royalty.
Not for that.
I seen the royalties for Uchi Coochie. No, I'm saying, I'm seeing royalties now, though.
That's
You
funny.
are.
You know
This is true.
yeah.
This is true.
Yeah, we see
This is
royalties.
true.
And that's all that matters.
No, those days were just wild. That you were like, it was normal.
Customary. Absolutely.
If your video wasn't at least 250,000, they didn't care about you.
Yeah.
Right. And then it got to a point where people was trying to top each other.
Right.
Yes. I
Once
remember them
Missy
days.
came with the
Yeah.
$1 million, her and Busta Rhymes in a $1 million
Busta-
video.
Busta, yeah.
I remember I was on the set for Busta when he did the video with Janet.
Yeah.
And we was like, he's like, yo, this video costs, I think it was like $2 million or something crazy. I'm like, wow.
Wow.
Dollars? It's like $2 million.
Dollars.
Yeah.
Dollars.
And I think Touch Me, Tease Me video only cost maybe 100, and Brett Ratner shot it.
Ooh.
Brett Ratner was the director for Touch Me, Tease Me. It didn't cost nothing because it was real simple.
Right.
But yeah, we were spending money on in hindsight, I guess it didn't make too much sense, but it made so much sense at the time.
No, back
Well-
then, this was part of making the stars.
Yeah, this was part of it, yeah.
It's like we're making movie stars. We're making entertainers.
It was
We're-
necessary.
You know what I mean?
It was necessary. It didn't have to cost that
The
much.
video moved the needle.
Yes.
Thanks to
Very
Michael
quickly.
Jackson. Yeah.
Yeah.
You had a fire video that could change the complexion of your song at radio and all of that.
And just in general, just for the consumer.
Yep.
Because there's been plenty of times I heard a song and I was like, you see the video, like, now wait a minute, this is kind of,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And,
Right.
and that happens sometimes. So
How was it being signed to a rap label
Yeah.
as an R&B artist? Because you can say, okay, yeah, they was talking about the R&B DMX, but you're still an R&B singer at the
Yeah.
end of the day, and this is historically a
very
rap
much
label.
so. It has some trying times because the sensibilities between hip hop and especially a hardcore hip hop label and R&B, sometimes they didn't get it. And sometimes you can't really explain it to them. Other times they would listen to the people that they had in place that did get it.
Right.
But there were definitely times when it was stuff that I feel like we should have did, things that we could have done that didn't happen because they didn't get it.
They didn't get it.
Yeah, and that's the only downside to something like that.
Did you find, because Tank talks about this, because you kind of have one of those names too, even though your real name is actually Case. You have a name that is not
You
R&B.
It could go either way.
It could go, you know
Right,
what I'm saying?
right.
Like, you don't know if Case is a rapper. You don't know if
Right.
Case is so did you have that early on too where they were putting you on these shows, especially because your first record came with a rapper too.
Yeah.
Where you're like the only R&B guy, and it's you, Method Man, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, yeah, because we did a lot of the Nutty Professor stuff together. So it'd be
Yeah.
me, Foxy, Jay-Z, State Property, all of them dudes, and it was the worst. I remember one time we had a show in at the Paramount Theater. You might have been there. It was Little Kim, Biggie, somebody else, me, and Aaliyah. And I'm like, who did this?
No, I probably wasn't there.
You wasn't. I'm like,
It
who?
was probably like
This was like 96.
nope.
Okay. I'm like, who did this? Like, I mean, it was all rappers. Like, it might have been like Mobb Deep. I'm like, who put me and Leo on this show, yo? Like so it was a lot of that. Like, we would do like homecomings, like Delaware State and stuff. And it's
All them homecomings.
Yeah, we did all them
super
joints.
rapped out.
Super rapped out.
Like when I came in, it was the Dirty South was
Yeah.
was on the rise.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm in there with Yin Yang Twins,
Ludacris.
singing Maybe I Deserve.
Miracle.
because at least he was also singing Touch Me, Tease Me, which is a tempo
I
record.
didn't have a
Right.
Touch Me, Tease Me.
Right, yeah.
I'm singing
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
I Deserve after
Oh,
a nigga
yeah.
say, bah, bah, wet me, wet me. I'm like this.
Oh, yeah, that's hard work.
Who's going next? You. Me?
Yeah, that's hard work. Yeah.
Nigga.
Yeah.
I just ran into one of the Yin Yang Twins at the in Vegas the other day. He's like, "What up, thing?" I'm like, "Man, y'all used to kick my ass, man."
I used to kick my ass, man.
Yeah.
But it was like my name was Tank, like you said. So like
Yeah.
they wouldn't even listen to my record, the radio station. Like, well, just send them down here and put them on this show, and then we'll think about putting this record in. And I'd end up
That's
me
crazy.
and Little Mo on all hip hop shows.
Ain't that the worst show?
It was in the beginning.
I hated it.
Because it's like nobody's there for me at all.
At all. At all.
Like, not only do they not know me, but who's the nigga singing?
Right.
Why is the nigga singing?
Read the room.
Hey,
Dog.
nigga, if the room was
Yeah.
not a room for me.
That happened to me in Philly one time at the Del East. They put me on a show with the Whispers. So I'm looking out there. This is a Whispers crowd. All my fans, they was way in the back because they ain't had no jobs and stuff back. We was still in our 20s. So I'm on stage. OG's like, pull your pants up. So I'm like, okay. So I'm performing.
They're yelling that from the crowd.
Yeah, it was the same dude. So the crowd is laughing, right? It was the same dude. He like, where the Whispers at? A little bit later, I'm like, stop the music, yo. I'm like, I don't know if y'all old asses got to go to work tomorrow or whatever, but I ain't going nowhere. The Whispers in the back somewhere. So I looked at my Bernard Bell, God bless his dead. He was my MD. I'm like, B, you know what to do. So we went hard. Time I was done, got a standing ovation. By the time we got back to the hotel, I was on the news, B. I'm like, there go the Whispers. I'm like, but I know that feeling of they didn't come for you. Like,
Yeah.
damn, I wish, do we got to make the show this long tonight? Like, you just want to get up out of there.
So I'm on a show in Baltimore with Erykah Badu. I'm like, yeah, you gonna show to Erykah Badu? I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great. Hell yeah. Come out there, I'm doing my aggressive R&B thing. I'm well coated in oil. Done enough push-ups to make this exciting and interesting.
It should be okay.
Should be
Yeah.
okay. Nigga, shirt off.
You
nigga.
just think it's all women.
I'm
That's
thinking,
she thinking
nigga,
that's
I'm
Erykah Badu.
sweating,
Yeah, yeah.
nigga, they are sitting in the audience like this.
Oh, I hate that.
You ain't got no incense, nigga.
I was thinking that in my head, like, you left out the incense.
You ain't got
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Where's
You had shoes on?
Where's your rap? I had my shoes on.
That was the first mistake.
That's the first.
Yeah, you gotta be barefoot. You gotta be. You gotta be barefoot.
I forgot.
I learned that doing shows with
forgot
Eric
to get
Benet.
grounded.
Yeah, you got this is a barefoot experience.
Listen,
It's a thing. It's a
and
thing.
we're not talking about the wine. I literally was like, "What is going on out here?"
Yeah.
They were not there for me.
Yeah, and you can't take it personal. I
They
used to
weren't
take it
there
personal
for
at
none
first.
of my energy either.
Right.
They weren't there for that.
Yeah, yeah.
They came for a seance.
They wanted to hear you say "beloved" a lot.
They want.
I'm telling you, because I know joints like that, dog. You gotta like. It's certain audiences that ain't. It just ain't. It ain't for you sometimes. Am I lying though? The beloved audience is not really.
Hey man.
They don't be checking for some of the stuff we be doing.
Oh my god.
No, you definitely have to. I mean, even when, still, even from the management side, for me, when certain shows come in, I'm like, yeah, I don't know how that one will make sense.
Yeah.
And we have those conversations. I'm like, because at first, early on, I didn't used to think to ask who's on the lineup. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because we grinding.
Right. We need that money.
Yeah, we get into these shows. And then it started to be like, you know what? I need to ask who's on the lineup.
Yeah.
Because we've been to one too many shows that just don't make sense.
Right.
Foolishness.
And you're not getting the best experience out of it. And he can't give his best because, like he said, they wasn't there for him.
Yeah. And they make it known.
You got to get to your people.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool, right? Like, you get a couple extra
Find your tribe.
fans out of performing with certain people.
Right.
But these crowds and these audiences, especially whoever the headliner is, if you're not the headliner too,
Yeah.
Yep.
they're coming for the headliner. They're coming for the whispers,
That's
like you
what-
said.
Yeah, that's what they came for.
They was coming for Badu.
Yep.
So
and
in
it's
that
worse
space,
now though, because everybody got a camera.
right.
So now everybody just filming this now.
They can,
Yeah.
they can document the
They could
debacle.
document that this happened.
Yeah, nigga, it wasn't sweet right here, though.
Yeah. Like, I be killing these shows. Yeah, that's different. Yeah. Sir?
I got a question for you. It seemed to me, it seems like your albums used to be spaced out in a sense of like when they were released. It didn't seem like you ever were like going back to back to back to back with albums.
Yeah.
Was there a reason for that? Were you purposely like taking time off? Were you touring, or was it like label shit? Like, what was it for you? Like your experience?
It was a little bit of both. After the first album, because remember I was on Spoil Rotten and Def Jam on my first album. And in between the first and second album, I got off of Spoil Rotten and went directly to Def Jam. So that was like a whole big thing. And so that was the gap between the first and the second album. The second one came out in 99, second one was 2001. That one, I was touring and I was taking time to kind of experience some more stuff. You know what I mean? Because in between that, I had my first daughter. I had moved. There was a lot of stuff happening. So, and I was figuring out what I wanted to make and who I wanted to make it with. And I wanted it to be as perfect as as I could get it.
Yeah.
And so that's why that one took so long. And then after that, I had like the worst experience to where the business side of the music business made me not love the music no more, which I thought would never happen. And I'm like, I'm not doing this no more. Like, because it was a situation where they had messed up my single. Not Your Friend had come out as the second single off Open Letter after Missing You.
After Missing You.
And it was screaming up the charts. And all of a sudden the plug got yanked. So I'm like, so then I got the word on what happened. There was another record coming that wasn't doing it. So they was like, drop everything else, go get this record. That record was never gonna work.
Your record or someone
No,
else's?
the other record wasn't.
But
My
it was
record was working.
But I'm saying with somebody,
From
another
another
artist.
The other artist, yeah.
Okay.
It was never gonna work. And I knew that because I would be there with the PDs was like, oh, we love this, we never playing that. So then when they realized that wasn't gonna work, they tried to double back and get my record. It was too late.
It was over.
It was over. So then we had a meeting in Miami. It's like, yo, I'm gonna make it up to you. I know I fucked up. We're gonna put out Conversate, this and this and that. All right, cool. 3 weeks later, he's like, I never said that. I'm like, you said that in front of 7 people. No, why would I say that? Like, I'd rather you say, yo, I changed my mind, or
Right,
they said
right.
I can't. Nigga, do not look at me and tell me you didn't say that, yo. Like, I'm like, you didn't say that? At that point, I'm like, I'm just done. So I went and started working on Rose Experience. And then I'm like, you know what? Get me off this label. And then that's when everybody started, all of the execs started switching labels. Remember that whole time?
Yeah.
It was all of that because I was supposed to go over to Atlantic because everybody from Def Jam went to Atlantic. And then I got caught. I'm like, you know what? Just screw it. And that's when I met you around that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So the business of it just made me, I'm like, this not even worth it. Because I would go through that every album, like, we need to put out this song. Nah, when you get your label, you can do it your way. Then after, yeah, you was right. How many times can you hear, yeah, you was right, before you like, you know what, fuck y'all. That's one of the pitfalls of being on a rap label. Because it's like, nah, we're not doing that. Yeah, you was right, we should have. That's cool the first time, maybe the second time, but the third time, and then you top it off with, I never said that.
I'm fighting right there.
I wanted to smack the shit out this nigga, dog.
I'm fighting.
Man, I'm like, you said it in front of 7 people, dog. Nah.
And this wasn't the time where you could leak records or you could, you know what I mean? It just wasn't.
Right. It wasn't none of that.
You couldn't go direct to the people. There was no
Right.
social media. You
Yeah.
couldn't force hands. It was, you know what I mean? I just think the experience
Couldn't get
also.
on your gram.
On
but
your
it's-
gram. Like,
they hating on me at the label.
Right.
Right. You could do none of that. You just
Tag them niggas.
No, there were
It wasn't
artists.
none of
There
that.
were artists that were held up for years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just even given the experience, like you said, coming in and being signed to a smaller label through a partnership with Def Jam, then getting out of the business with that, like all of these things, the fans never know about.
They never know about it.
All they just think is,
Where's
man, this
the
nigga
music?
don't really put out no music.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. Yep. And what's funny is I had somebody ask me that. I was leaving a club one day after my first album. I was like, when your new album? Y'all be taking forever to put out new music. But yeah. And then you got to wait for budgets to be opened. And,
Yeah.
Because now you got studios at the crib. Back then, I think the only person I'd ever heard of that was Lenny Kravitz. I'm like, he did an album in his crib? How?
Right.
That's when it first started, right? I'm like, how? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Every time you go to the studio, it's the hit factor. He got all this shit.
He got this in his crib?
Right.
Take me to this crib.
Right,
I'm
right,
like,
right.
they're like, nah, you could do it on the computer and this and that. I'm like, computer? Oh, never mind. I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's when that Pro Tools.
Yeah,
Right.
Pro Tools. I'm
Like,
like,
I don't have my reels. I don't have my masters. I don't.
what about Ampex? We don't care about them no more?
Nigga, I was there for the switch.
Man. Yeah. So
I was recording my first album during the switch.
during the switch.
And I was like, and they was like, they got this new thing called Pro Tools. We're gonna start using. It's like, I'm not using that shit. I record on 2-inch.
I still love 2-inch better.
And we used to be in there offsetting them 2-inch reels and taking a 2-hour lunch to fly the backgrounds and all that. And I was like, all right, let me just try
Then
your.
you watch the nigga do click and paste.
Nigga, I watched that nigga
Copy
click.
link.
I said, let me try your Pro Tools.
Let me
shit
try
you
your
talking
Pro
about.
Tools.
Because
Let
them
me see.
engineers, they was like surgeons. To be able to splice that joint and get it right.
Yeah, with the 2-inch.
Dude, you have no
Niggas don't
idea.
know
People have no idea.
There was real engineering back in the day.
Dog, that's
Yeah.
precision.
Nah,
Real
that shit
engineering.
That shit was different.
Yeah.
That shit was
And you
different.
can only you can't mess up and then fix it. Once you get that razor blade and cut it, it's
Yeah,
done.
it's a wrap.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna have to recut these. Shit.
Yeah, you like
So we touched on Missing You. That record is, in just in my opinion, is you know, I always take moments when something is one of my favorites. That I can't find anything wrong with Missing You. I usually can find something with every record. You know what I mean?
Right,
It's this subjective business that we're in. So you
Right,
hear something
right.
you're like, oh, maybe that could have been. Missing You literally just feels like white sand beaches. To me.
It does have like a dreamy
you know what I'm
feel
saying?
to it,
It's
yeah.
a very dreamy
That Tim and
song.
Bob?
Yeah, Tim and Bob, yeah.
Tim and Bob. You know what I mean?
Tim and
And it
Bob.
just
Who wrote
feels
it?
perfect.
Tim, well, here's the thing. I used to be like, yeah, because somebody told me Joe wrote it. Tim was like, Joe wrote like one word. So, okay, Tim and Bob and Joe wrote it to the best of my knowledge.
I had no idea Joe was part of that record.
No idea.
It was Joe's record.
Okay, go ahead. Come on.
It was Joe's record. It was Joe's record and Joe sang the demo. Actually, Joe put it out overseas. What happened was, so me and Bob Robinson did a interview recently. What happened was, it was Joe's record.
Okay.
Kedar Massenberg, who I noticed is the second time, Kedar was like, that Missing You record is never going to work at radio. So Bob was like, so they're sitting on the record for like maybe a year. And he's like, yeah, that record's never going to work at radio. I'm telling you, blah, blah, blah. So they cut it on me. And it comes up that we wanted that record. What do you mean? So Bob said, he was like, oh, we wanted that record. What do you mean? He was like, yo, you said it wouldn't work. So they cut a deal where I could put it out in the States, but not overseas. And Joe could put his version out overseas, but not in the States.
Oh shit.
And so his is on his My Name Is Joe album, I think. On overseas, that's his version, and mine is out here.
So it's like the old Motown days.
Yeah, pretty much.
Multiple artists with one same song.
Yep. Yeah. So his is out, and then mine was out the next year.
You ever see Kadar after your song went crazy at radio?
No, but Bob told a story that he was trying to get a G-Wagon. And he said they couldn't find it, so they finally found him a G-Wagon.
Who Kadar?
No, Bob.
Oh,
Bob
Bob.
from Tim
Yeah,
Bob.
yeah.
So he said they finally delivered it, and the dude was like, the dude said, look in the glove compartment. And it was a note from Kedar. He was like, yeah, he was right about that Missing You record. It happened to be Kedar's G-Wagon, coincidentally.
This is very rich nigga shit right now.
Yeah.
I'm just going.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna
them.
leave you a note inside of the
Inside
glove
the G-Wagon.
compartment. G-Wagon.
Yeah. He was like, what's the odds of it being Kedar's G-Wagon? He was
Right.
like, he was right about that Missing You record.
So you said you fell out of love with it. What brings you back to it? What
That's a very good question. What happened was my grandmother passed in 2009 in May. June, Michael Jackson passed. And so that took me back to my foundation of music. Because remember, my grandmother was, you need to know all Ray Charles and James Brown. We used to always play Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was my imaginary friend. I got Michael Jackson's autograph on my arm. And so
now?
To this day, I got Marvin Gaye's right here. So what happened was it made me start going back and listening to that music from that time because they had just passed. And that sparked it back up the same way it did originally. Me listening to that old stuff from when I was a kid sparked it back up. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I want to do music again.
Wow.
Yeah.
So who do you pat on your vocal after? I have a guess, but who do you think you?
It's a combination.
Okay.
It's a lot of Charlie Wilson.
Whole lot of Charlie.
Yeah, it's a lot. I remember he used to call and just be like, yeah, this how you do it. I sat on the floor behind him while I wrote a song for him. And he's doing the vocal. He's like, how you want me to sing it? I'm like, sing it. You can sing it in Spanish if you want.
Yeah. Right.
So I'm sitting on the floor while he's doing his vocals. Mind you, there's no iPhones. I'm just sitting there like a kid. And he's doing his vocals. So yeah, it's like Charlie is Marvin Gaye in there. Some David Ruffin. It's different stuff.
You Charlie. Like,
Yeah,
you're like Charlie.
Yeah, he's
Hall.
one of the disciples.
You're like
Yeah.
I'm a little
Charlie.
gapper. I got that too. He was
Yeah.
like, he brought me on stage one day. He's like, okay, this is when they was all on stage. Gapping. He was like, he gonna get Gaptized tonight.
He's gonna get
So he's like,
Gaptized?
He's like, this is gonna be his Gaptism tonight. We gonna Gaptize him tonight.
Gaptisms?
Yeah,
You got a Gaptism?
I got Gaptized on stage in St. Martin.
We need to talk to Uncle Charlie.
He brought me on stage, and here's what he did. So I met him earlier that day. So he's on stage. I'm at the concert. He's like, yeah, this is a young brother. You know, I met him. I really enjoy his work. Which I think maybe I should do a song with him. Blah blah. So now I'm mad as hell, like, because everybody with me knew he was gonna bring. I didn't know, so I'm like, who he about to bring up here? I'm heated. I'm like, he should bring me up there. So as he's doing this whole big build up, and then they bring me. I'm like, oh me. And I did Yearning for Your Love with them.
Oh, that's great.
He was like, okay, you've been Gaptized. And Uncle Ronnie, he was like, you've been Gaptized now, young nigga. He on the bass. He like, yeah, that was funny. He was like, yeah, you've been Gaptized now. You're a little gapper.
I haven't been Gaptized.
I got my little gapper tattoo too. We got the baby gappers, the old gappers, your love nappers, your toe tappers. You remember he used to say all that shit?
Oh yeah, when he was
W-E-G-A-P.
Yeah, when he was on his Abba Dabba Q.
Yeah.
When he was on his,
He was on his
his
You Feel
peak.
Me.
You did. Yeah. You on
On
that.
his You Feel Me.
You did.
No, it's crazy though, because I feel like when I met you was during the phase of you were kind of in and out.
No, I was out by the time I met you.
Right?
Yeah. Yep.
So, and obviously we met through JoJo.
Yep.
And I remember I pulled up to your crib.
Yep.
I
That was
pulled
when
up to your crib
was
in Atlanta.
Yep. Right in Buckhead.
And I had the cousins with me. Mm-hmm. I had Ron and Don with me.
Yeah.
Full gangsters.
Yeah.
And I just remember us leaving and them niggas being like, that nigga K's crazy. These was two full-fledged, gangsters.
Yeah.
Them niggas like, that nigga K's crazy.
Around that time, my crib was wild, B.
Man.
Yo, dog. And I tell you, my crib, what we used to do is go to the strip club, hang out, whatever. After the strip club, they all come to my crib.
Which strip club?
What club is it? I think that was the Masters.
Because you were in
Buckhead.
Buckhead.
I was in Buckhead.
You was in Buckhead.
I was in Buckhead.
Yeah.
And so, if you came on a tame night.
A who night?
A tame night.
Tame night.
On a so we come in, it's like Sodom. My homeboy was like, yo, come here. I'm like, what's up? He's like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, nothing. Come with me outside. I walk outside. He's like, he opens the door. He's now look around. I was like, yeah. He's like, this shit don't look real. What's the problem? Nigga was like,
I don't see
but
it.
this shit look like he's like, this shit look like a Guns N' Roses dressing room. Like it was chicks on the dining room table.
The nigga was calling himself Blacks and
Rose.
Rose.
But they started
I remember that.
They started that because Mike Kaiser and them used to be like, you know what? When they first met me, they're like, you don't act like no R&B singer. You need to be a rock and roll dude. You act like Axl Rose. I was like, yeah, but I'm black. And that's what it's black. It's Blacks and Rose. It's Black Axl Rose.
Yeah.
But yeah, it used to be buck wild at that crib. Yeah, it was wild.
I was there on a tame night.
Yeah, but it was a tame night.
And the nigga still was like, that nigga crazy.
Because I had to keep it tame because I ain't know him and I ain't want to offend him. You know what I'm saying? Because JoJo was like, yeah, he cool, whatever. So I'm like, well, I can't invite him into the full-fledged because he might be like, nigga. So I was like, we gonna be cool, y'all. But
Nick Case is gonna be one of my I ain't saying no names.
yeah.
Oh, I know that was exciting.
Oh man, ooh boy,
There's some pretty things in there.
it was a celebration.
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Man, oh man. And you wake up the next day, you be stepping over people. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
Is this around the time, nigga, where you accidentally shot yourself, nigga?
no, I accidentally shot myself February 5th, 2002. The day after the Patriots won the Super Bowl, the first Super Bowl. Yep.
How the fuck you do that?
Dig, if you will, the picture. So I'm sitting in the crib, me and my girl at the time. We fucked up. We've been wilding out all night. So I used to keep the gun behind the headboard. So I'm doing it, and now I'm fucked up, and I'm playing with the shit. Not little, but I'm fiddling with the shit when I should have just did it. And I start talking, and that shit went off. It blew my ass across the room. And I'm laying there, and I remember it was the most peaceful feeling. The lady was like, I think you died, because they said I was going to be dead by the time I got to the hospital. But it was the most peaceful, I can't even explain it, the most peaceful feeling I ever felt, and it was just dead quiet. And I remember in my head being like, yo, I fucking killed myself. I'm like, I fucking shot myself. And I heard a voice say, get up. And I sat up, and the TV was black. Good Times was on. It was like 5:30 in the morning. The lights was on. My girl was screaming and running. She ran through the subdivision, back in the house screaming. But I didn't hear none of that. And I went to see where I was, because I knew I didn't know where I was shot. So I went and looked in the mirror, and I tried to sing. And once I saw I could sing, I sat down, smoked a cigarette, waited. But
What?
yeah, that shit
Hold
was
on. What?
that shit was wild.
What?
Yeah, that shit was wild.
That
What?
was your first thought? I'm about to smoke this cig?
No, the first thought was, where am I shot? The first thought was, where am I shot?
Okay, let's go with the second thought. Where are my cigarettes?
No. The second thought was, try to sing.
Okay.
It was right here.
Third thought. Somebody give me a pack of Newports, man. Well,
Oh, if I couldn't sing, yeah, I was gonna finish that off. Yeah.
What?
If I tried to sing in it, because they said it was like a hair from my vocal cords going in right there, and it came out a hair from hitting my spine. They said either you was gonna not be able to sing or talk, or you would be paralyzed. And he was like, we don't know how. And they did a test. They was like, it missed everything. And they was like, we don't know how that's possible.
Straight through.
He said it went straight. It came in. And they said it, but it missed everything. Your jugular vein is right there. It missed everything. And I'm sitting in there, and I'm like, so people keep coming in my room because everybody's there. My baby mama is there. My girl at the time is there, and they looking all sad and shit. Now nobody's telling me nothing. I'm cracking jokes, so everybody keeps coming in the room. So I'm like, why is everybody coming in here? And later, like, because they want to see the dude that they said over the radio was gonna be dead when he got here. He's sitting in here cracking jokes. That's why they keep coming in here.
Somebody put that on the radio.
Not the radio. They would transport me in the ambulance, and they was like, I was probably gonna be dead when I got there. Yeah. And they was like, and now they hear you in here cracking jokes. That's why everybody keeps coming and looking in the room.
Coming into the hospital room.
Into my room. They looking like, because niggas like, he in there cracking jokes. They like, hell no. And they looking, they like, this nigga's cracking jokes. But nobody's telling me this at the time.
Yeah.
I'm just like, why is everybody coming in here? And they said that was why. That shit was crazy. Yep. And here's what's crazy. I did, there's a song on my fourth album called Can't Believe on the Rose Experience. My neck was still wrapped up with the bullet when I sang that song. I flew out here, did it with Jazz Nixon in his basement. My neck was still wrapped up I got shot February 5th. I did that song like February 22nd, I think. That shit was crazy.
So you was looking like the nigga from Paid in Full?
Basically, I was Kanye.
Niggas
I was
get shot
Kanye
every
through the wire. I was through the wire.
You tough, right?
I don't feel the same, B.
I don't feel.
I'm moving different, B.
Yo, I swear it was kind of like that too. Yeah, that.
I'm out.
As y'all can see, I've been through so much shit in my life. I be wanting everything to be funny.
I'm out.
On some level, almost everything is though.
No,
Nigga, that's
shit.
how. On some level, almost
that's how we
everything
get
is.
through this shit.
Yeah, but by the time I met you, by the time you came to my crib, that shit was 3 years. 3 years prior to that, I shot myself.
Nigga, that is crazy.
Yeah, that's the wildest part is they was like it missed everything. They was like, there's no way in hell that bullet missed everything. It went in, out, and through the ceiling in the crib.
But you went through, like what you said is like you had a moment where you're like this, okay, let me make sure this one thing is still intact.
That's the one thing I went. Yeah, that's the one thing.
Right.
That is going to
the love.
decide everything.
That was it. I'm like, what am I gonna do if I can't sing? That's all that was in my head. Like what am I gonna do? Like, cause that's all I ever knew. So
I don't know if you know, and I don't. What song did you sing?
Nigga!
Like, what
No,
I wanted to know.
No, it wasn't a song. It wasn't a song.
What melody?
It was damn near. It's like, oh, like, just something. Because I saw it.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a hole in
you
my
can
throat.
see the-
I can see it's right here. Yeah, I can see the hole, but it's bleeding. I'm like, I see where that is, and I haven't said a word yet. Shit. So once I see where it is, because I don't know where I'm shot till I get up. And I got to look in the mirror because she's running around screaming.
Right.
So I'm like, where am I? So I go in the mirror to see. I'm like, it's not my face. Like,
Yeah.
and I don't feel the pain yet.
Yeah.
Well,
Because you still.
That's what about that.
You
You
didn't
do
feel
you
nothing
feel
either.
it?
You don't feel it. You're in shock. You're in shock because she said that after I lit a cigarette that I was walking like a zombie trying to walk to my kids' room. I mean, my kids weren't there, but she said I was trying to walk to my kids' room. The lady told her make them sit down. I don't even remember that. But I didn't feel the pain, so I don't know where I'm shot. I know for a fact that I'm shot because I was sitting here and I woke up over here, and I see the blood on the bed, but I don't know where. So I wanted to see, and then I went. So once I see that, I'm like, is anything even gonna come out if I
Right.
try to talk, sing, anything? So I just tried to sing something, and once I saw it worked, I'm like, all right, cool. So
I have so many questions.
I got answers. I got answers.
About but this is about music. You know what I'm saying? It's the
Right,
R&B
right.
Money Podcast.
Yeah, it was a
But
tomfoolery night.
This is
Damn.
that is
Children don't play with guns.
I was gonna ask you to give a PSA.
Yeah, I did.
PSA,
Children don't play with
yeah,
guns.
give
Don't
a
play
R&B
with-
PSA,
yeah,
man.
Don't play with guns. Don't handle guns when you're intoxicated. And yeah, take it from me. And that's one to grow on. Remember those? That's one to grow on. Yeah, but it was one of them nights.
Wow.
It's a celebration. It almost wasn't a celebration.
well. Listen, man, your presence means that much more to us, man. Because
Me too.
this is
Yeah.
divine at this point.
But I have so many stories like that in my life, even from before I got in the music business, like times where I was supposed to go to jail, didn't go. Times I'm like, yo, they did a drive-by on us. Something's in my eye. The ambulance was like, no, you almost got shot in your face. That's gunpowder in your eye. Like
Just
stuff.
before you get your deal?
This is way before. This is like,
Just the life you living
Yeah.
before that.
Yeah,
yeah. And I'm like, they like,
gunpowder from the bullet flying
from the
past
bullet,
you.
they said it came close enough to put gunpowder in your eye. Cause I'm like, I feel like I got sand in my eye. She's like, is everybody okay? I'm like, I feel like I got sand in my eye. She's like, no, that's gunpowder. You almost got shot in your face with 357.
Fuck.
Yeah. So it's a bunch of, that's why I'm like, I'm supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Because it's so many times, like, it was a time when it was somebody I was doing dirt with. We would go to Ohio and get guns, bring them back to New York. And one day we were supposed to go, and I'm like, I call a cab to take me to the train so I can go meet my partner. Cab don't come. I call a second cab. That cab don't come. I call one of my homeboys to come get me. He don't show up. Do you know that day? So he left without me. He comes back, the feds is waiting for him. He did end up doing 9 years. I'm like, I wasn't supposed to be there. When do two cabs not just
Right,
randomly not
right.
come, and then my homeboy just randomly don't show up? I wasn't supposed to be there. And my hard-headed ass kept trying. You know what I'm saying? But in hindsight, I wasn't supposed to be there. Just like the times I wasn't supposed to die from them bullets.
How do you get to these points though from your upbringing, right? Because you like you said I got some homies that grew up Jehovah's Witness. That's a different type of household,
Very
Yeah.
much. Very much.
right? Like that. Like people talk about religion.
It's very
Like
different.
this is very strict. I got homies that could hoop. That was just like, yo, bro, I can't play.
That was me
They're
with
like,
baseball.
I can't play on.
That was me with baseball.
I can't play on the organized. I can go outside and hoop a little bit, but I can't play on a team.
But you can't, right.
And I'm
Yeah, I
like,
went through
wait,
that too.
Like it's a sin to play on a team.
Yep, with anybody who's not a Jehovah's Witness.
So that's what it is.
Yeah, it's not a sin to play on a team.
Okay.
It's a sin. It's a sin to associate with other people who are not.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how do you go from that, kicked out of school, drive-bys?
Well, that was the reason. See, this is the example that I use. If you have a spring and you hold it like this and you let it out real slow, you could go sit it down. If you let it go like that, it's gonna go crazy.
It's gonna go crazy.
And I was so restricted, and that when I got the littlest bit of freedom, I was all over the place.
Yeah.
And that's what it really was. If I had grown up in a less restrictive environment, I probably wouldn't have been so much like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's kind of like It's like kind of like letting an animal out of cage. Like he's just gonna go
Let
wild.
that dog out. He running like a
Yeah,
motherfucker.
and you have things like nobody talks to you about sex. Any question you have about sex, just don't do it. That's not an answer.
Right.
That's not an answer.
Or Ron Jeremy.
Yeah, it's not an answer.
Just gotta watch the tapes.
No. But I'm saying if you have a question, yeah, we was watching shit in 6th grade with
Vanessa
Gary.
Del Rio. Just want to shout out. Okay.
Yo.
Del Rio raised me,
Well, I
man.
know you
Del
right.
Rio raised me.
She raised a whole bunch
That
of
Bush. Yeah.
man.
Come on.
Yeah, with the, man.
man.
Listen, she was a special lady.
Just,
She's a special lady. I love. I hope she get out. She went out of life. Everything she dreams.
to this day.
Yeah,
To this
man.
day. I wonder if she had a daughter or something.
Ooh.
This is
Like a-
the R&B music.
Yes, sir.
Like a, I don't know, a Thelma Del Rio. I don't know. Maybe she-
Thelma Del Rio.
I don't know. Maybe she had a,
This is the stories that make you feel musical, huh? This is
yeah,
what.
made me feel.
That's where it comes from.
Right.
Michael, get some of this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got ooh-wee. Got ooh-wee. Brother Case, my fellow Del Rio enthusiast.
Yes, sir.
In all your years of breaking the rules,
Yeah.
putting your own life in jeopardy. You know this music thing, man. You do this music thing, man.
Sir, try my best.
You've been Gaptized.
Yeah. He's a rock star.
He's a rock star. In the midst of all this debauchery that you participated in, I know there was some music playing that ended up being some of your favorite. Brother Case, the world wants to know what's your
What they want to know?
top 5.
Yeah.
Your top 5.
We know you got it.
Top 5. Your top 5 R&B singers.
What else?
R&B songs. You got to know.
Hey.
Shout in your throat. But you hold a note. Still to this day, what's your top 5? Yes. Rawr.
If I can't sing, this shit is over.
Top 5. Your top 5.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Top 5.
Brother Case, your top
And they have to
5
be R&B singers.
R&B singers. I mean, they can be
Top 5 singers.
singers.
Okay.
What you
Stevie Wonder,
talk. Yeah.
Charlie Wilson,
Come on now. Ooh-wee.
Donny Hathaway,
Come on, man.
Marvin Gaye, and Twinkie Clark.
Woo! Yeah.
The Twinkster. Yes, sir. Yeah. Twinkie Clark.
That was a nasty way to end that.
Yeah,
That was,
yeah. I saved that one. I saved that one.
Nasty.
Yeah, I saved
You
that
thought
one.
you was gonna hit the pitch and it went, yeah.
Yeah.
She just do something different.
Done something different with a complimentary nod to Ella Fitzgerald, who's probably one of my favorites ever. She's a machine. She was a machine, dog.
High level voices.
She was a machine.
Top tier.
Yeah, top tier.
Top tier.
Top tier. Those are foundational.
All day.
Yeah, you can build a career.
Yeah, you gotta have a piece of all of,
Yeah. Yeah,
or at
definitely.
least have an understanding of what those
yeah.
are
Yeah, you gotta be
in order
familiar
to
with
be
it.
in order to be an R&B singer. That's a fact.
Definitely.
Top 5 R&B songs.
Now this changes depending on the day and my mood.
of course.
Tender Love, Force MDs.
Yeah. Love so tender.
Holding me close to you.
Darling,
Baby.
I-
What? Surrender.
when the last time you
Surrender.
surrendered Valentine to a woman? I'm not gonna ask you
It's
that.
time,
'cause
it's time.
Either,
Relax.
It's time,
not what-
brother.
It's not what he does. It's not what he does.
It's time.
I'm standing on my 10.
You stand at it? Yeah.
You hear me?
I will not.
Well, I ain't gonna do it. That's funny.
That's the part of the song he won't sing.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no, I won't.
No,
I
sing
will
the,
not.
I sing the shit out of that
He's
part.
like, I don't sing that part no more.
I surrender.
Yeah, that's my joint.
Are you kidding me?
Oh boy.
Yeah. That's when a nigga tell you sing with emotion, with conviction.
A
You
nigga
got to.
gotta bring
You got
that
to.
All of that.
back.
Yeah.
Nigga gotta
got to.
bring back I surrender.
Yeah.
Because people don't surrender no more.
Nah. That's reserved for the church now.
Yeah. We ain't talking about turn yourself in. Talking about surrender.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be
Hey, dude, we want volunteers, not hostages. Surrender.
talk your talk.
Yeah,
You
man.
got a whole lot of pimp in your blood.
Yeah, man. Nah. I just been around some hoes.
Man.
I ain't just been around.
This is R&B music.
Oh, you're right.
Okay.
Okay.
Tender love.
Okay, Tim.
Break Your Fall, Andre Day.
Ooh,
Love that song. That's actually my ringtone right now.
she's
Yeah.
fire.
Oh my God.
She's so
Yeah, we love
fire.
her.
Yeah.
We love her. She's
I gotta
amazing.
get her.
Don't You Worry About a Thing, Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
Because from the time, as long as I can remember, I could be having the worst day ever. If I play that song, I instantly feel better. Instantly, to this day.
Yeah.
Come Get to This, Marvin Gaye. Love it. And Off the Wall, Michael Jackson.
I want to go back to Come Get to This.
Ooh, that's my joint.
Come on.
I just those words alone.
Come Get to This.
Come get to this.
Yeah.
And the way he set it up. Your letters show me what you missed. Come get to this. I want you here. I want to do something freaky to you. Something freaky to you. She had to come and get to it.
Yeah.
I want to feel what I felt alone. Oh, now, baby. Get to this. Woo. Was she going to say no? She might have meant no, but after that, she said yeah.
Well, no. He's telling her it's absolutely okay
Yeah.
to aggressively do what it is
She wanna
that
do.
you want to do.
Yeah, have at it.
Yeah.
Use me. yeah, exactly. She got to respect that. Got to.
I surrender.
See? See? There's a theme here. There's a theme here. Got to give it up.
They gotta respect it or accept it.
Yeah,
that
man,
they ain't gonna
listen.
check it. Shout out to Ed Lover in Oakland, man. I know. I still remember you, baby.
That's
Yeah.
funny. But yeah.
This.
Surrender. Yeah, come get to this. That's my joint. Yeah,
Marvin
that's
was
my
saying,
joint.
Marvin was talking that shit.
Yeah, just to keep you satisfied.
Yeah.
Dog.
He was
Yeah, he was on one.
I think even if we start putting records next to each other, and obviously they're like, oh, this stuff is it's just too much now. I think back then they just creatively
Yeah.
Yeah. They created
weaved it in.
Well,
Because
no,
you know what?
That was racy for them though.
Yeah.
Right.
No. Let me tell you the
Like
best.
that
Right.
was
that
that
people
was
don't
a lot
realize.
for them.
Soon I'll Be Loving You. People don't realize that song is about him giving a chick head for the first time. He never gave nobody that. The whole song is about that. And the end of it is, I want to give you some head. I want to give you some head. That's what I do because The whole record is about him giving head for the first time. People don't even realize. Then they be like, I love that song. I'm like, do you know what this is about? And I sit down and play it and say the words and be like,
Right.
I never knew this.
Yeah.
The whole song is, yeah. It's just more, like you said, it's done so creatively.
Yeah.
Think about You Sure Love the Ball. He got the chick on there. You know, it's just done in a way more creative way. So it's not as in your face as it is now. Like, because now it's just like,
But sexual healing for them was
yeah, that was over the top.
equivalent of saying when we fuck. Like
That was over the top
yeah.
for them.
That
Yeah.
was like, what is sexual? What?
Little did they know what was coming. Your mama didn't know what Caledonia was putting down.
Man.
Yeah, it was coming. But yeah.
All right, Case, let's put together your R&B Voltron. All right? You're going to put together your super R&B artists.
Okay.
So who you going to get the vocal from, the performance style, the styling, and then the passion of the artist, the heart of the artist. Who you getting the vocal from to make your super artist?
Getting the vocal from Michael Jackson.
All tempo.
Yeah,
All of
yeah, yeah.
Anything.
Up tempo, mid tempo, ballads.
Any of them.
anything.
And just
All
let
tempo.
him do what he do.
Young Michael was
Young
a
Michael was killing
killer.
grown men.
He was a killer.
Yeah.
I knew he was a killer when I heard, never can I say it goodbye, girl. What? Ooh! But just that, never can I say it. Yo, like, oh, okay.
He's an instrument.
He come from war.
No,
Yeah, he
he's,
come for war.
he's a monster.
He come for war.
He's a monster.
Yeah, he came for war.
For sure.
He came for war.
Performance style on stage.
Combination of Mike and Sly Stone.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sly was a beast.
Beast.
Sly Stone was a beast. We started doing the hand bone. And I love Sly Stone.
It's called losing yourself in the music.
Every time. His Woodstock performance,
You know, he's from the Bay, so you know.
I
that's
already
from-
know.
Yeah, it's
I'm the
like-
biggest Sly fan,
Yeah.
dog. Sly and the Family Stone.
I think that is something that needs to be revisited in music.
the way he changed
from,
everything.
From my opinion, absolutely the way he changed things, but artists literally losing themselves in the song.
Yep.
If you go back and you watch, literally James Brown losing 10 pounds a show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
But
he
I-
didn't work so hard, or Marvin Gaye, or
OJs.
Teddy Pendergrass, or the
Yeah.
OJs, or New Edition.
Yeah.
But you know what I believe? And you correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that a lot of that has to do with the fact that you get on stage and you see a bunch of cameras in your face. It
You
automatically,
don't want to mess up.
even if you're not conscious of that, it puts it in your head that this is live.
This is going to be
This is
everywhere.
live.
This is live everywhere.
Right,
this
right,
is live.
right.
Got you.
It's
Got
not
you.
just a one night only thing.
Right.
anymore.
It's live everywhere. This is live for the world. This is like performing at Live Aid. You're not trying to mess up on Live Aid back in the days or like that. I think that puts something in your head when it comes to losing yourself in the music, in the performance.
Yeah. No, I can appreciate
never
an
thought about
artist.
that.
I can appreciate an artist not messing up on a word, maybe fall. Like, listen, it's just they're
Yeah, that's
performing.
What it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, because you know, there's nothing to feed it. It's just this. And the first thing, I remember the first time I saw that, like, didn't they arrest Rerun for filming the Doobie Brothers concert, for taping it? And then, I'm like, everybody got a phone. I'm like, it just put something in my head the first time. I'm like, it immediately changed my mindset when I got on stage and saw everybody had phones. I'm like, it took me a minute to get used to that, actually.
Yeah. No, I still don't pull out my phone during shows. Like, if I go somewhere and see something, like, I don't, like, I experience it.
Yeah, it's the moment.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I may know that it's like a build up coming or something, and I'm like, okay, well, you get the little build up. You might take a picture of,
Yeah.
you know, Beyonce.
I'll
got
take the
that-
picture, you knew
that-
I was
that-
here.
That big ass horse that she
Renaissance.
came out with. Yeah,
I was
you know what I
here.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
you might
Yeah.
take a picture of the horse.
But
You know
sitting
what I'm
like
saying?
this
But
the
just
whole
look- yeah, it's
concert,
crazy.
is,
It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
Nah.
yeah. It takes away from the experience to me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It takes away from the experience for me too.
Even if you're going to rewatch it, it's still not being present.
Right. You're not present. It was a comedian, I forgot who it was. It was like, you got it right there. You know, if you move that iPad, it's happening right in front of your face. Like, you can just move it and watch.
Yeah.
Like, but it's social media. You want likes, they want
Yeah.
click. Yeah, that's what it is. But it takes away from the experience for me too, actually.
No phones next tour.
Yeah,
That's gonna be tough.
good luck with that. Yeah, I was about to say.
Dave Chappelle does it all the time.
I get it. I hear you. He just had to walk off stage.
Yeah, he had to
2
walk
weeks
off.
ago
2
because
weeks ago,
somebody else.
'cause
Was
somebody-
I mean,
And he has a different crowd coming too also.
yeah.
These
You gotta
niggas
know.
gonna do right.
Yeah.
No, they ain't.
Who are you getting the styling from? The drip of the artists?
Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
Marvin Gaye.
Classic.
Yes, sir.
Had that shit on.
Yeah, he
that
had
shit on.
that shit on.
But are you going a certain time frame, Marvin Gaye?
1970 to 1984.
Okay.
That's where a lot of Michael Jackson stuff came. Them aviators, Marvin Gaye was wearing those first, and the military jackets, Marvin Gaye was wearing those first. And Michael Jackson started doing it.
Well studied,
Yeah,
my friend.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, he was a problem.
Who are you getting the passion of the artist from?
Ray Charles,
Yeah.
that passion there,
Yeah.
or David Ruffin, that type of passion.
Yeah, it's different.
That's different.
That's different, yeah.
That's different. That's a different type of emotion.
That nigga will sing about anything.
Right. Very aggressive.
Anything.
Very aggressive man. Very aggressive man.
That nigga-
Like, listen, he's
His
Niggas
voice
sang
sounds
to it.
tortured.
He was
Nigga sang
getting
a
to
song called Let's Go Get Stoned.
you know what he
I
was
feel
on.
like they did it.
I said, nigga, what? Oh, let's go get stoned. I said,
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
Why does this feel good?
Yeah.
I want to go.
You don't even care what you're talking about. Yeah. Yo, Ray Charles, the best part is when he did song Threatening the Dude. You better leave my woman alone. Well, I know you are a playboy. Nigga said, if I catch you around my little girl, I'm gonna do some work on you. How you get your life threatened by a blind dude? And I believed him.
I know he know where you at.
If you don't get in trouble, you don't have to.
Yeah.
You better leave my woman alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I messed with that dude. That dude's serious.
That's a different type of passion.
Yeah, he meant that.
Yeah.
Let me see your wrist.
Let me see your wrist.
You ain't worth all this trouble you put me through.
Come on, yeah.
Before you get out of here, my brother. I ain't saying no names. I ain't saying no names.
Yeah.
I ain't saying no names. I ain't saying no names. Where you was?
Yeah.
Who you was with? What you did? Don't say shit. I ain't saying no names.
You gonna break one of them down.
Yeah, one of them joints go down.
One of them shit's gonna be broke, man.
But actually,
Hold on.
Yeah, set him up,
Hold
set
on.
him up.
Come on, gather. You gotta gather.
Okay,
Listen, because you might want to tell us one, two, few. You know what I mean?
Oh, I got a couple.
Come on. We're gonna let you do what you do when you here.
Okay.
The rules of the game. You know what I mean? Because I know you fuck. I know you fuck
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
podcast.
What
I
you
know
mean
you fuck
now?
with the
What you
podcast,
mean?
huh? Okay.
And then next time, make it like I'm a boy.
Oh, shit. Oh, boy,
You're
that.
way too gentle, brother. Look.
The man I am. Oh, but you know what happens with that is, I ain't gonna say what it is, but
They creep up on you?
it's it's clean, so it don't stay with you.
Nah, I needed to stay a while.
That ain't gonna stay.
Stay with me.
Yeah.
Stay with me.
It's gonna hit you. You're
So
gonna
I'm gonna have
feel
to keep it going then.
And then in about
shit.
Yeah,
30 minutes, you can be like this. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I hate
It's
that.
gone.
Yeah, I don't enjoy that.
You know?
Put the guns away. Put the
Yeah,
guns. Put the guns.
those ain't nowhere around.
Yeah, put the guns
So look,
away.
yo,
Put
here
the
we go.
guns away.
Just some color to it.
Some color to it.
Knock some of the warmth up off it. Like the warmth. You got to knock some of that warmth up off it.
All right, so we at this, very important segment of the show.
Yeah.
It's called I Ain't Saying No Names.
Yes, sir.
And the rule to the game, just can't say no names. That's the only rule. You tell us a story, funny or fucked up, or funny and fucked up. All your stories seem to be both.
Jesus Christ.
Right?
Well, I got one that I can say the names because it's just funny.
I mean,
Don't say the names? Okay.
just
Got
figure
you.
out a way
I got
not
you.
to say the names.
What is the easy way to not say the
That's
names?
all. That's
Okay,
all we
got you.
asking, brother.
I got you, brother.
So,
First of all, nah,
Yeah.
because
Nah.
we would like to live happily ever after. You know what I mean?
Come on
We
now.
don't want no trouble.
man, y'all gonna be all right. Don't do me like that, young fella. Come on.
So right now,
Yeah.
it's the man is here himself.
Himself.
Case. I ain't saying no names. And this is the first one. I don't know how many you're gonna tell. I'm just gonna say this is gonna be the first one.
Okay, so there was a R&B artist that wrote a song for me for one of my albums. So she invites me and my homeboy over to hear the song because back in them days it was cassettes. There wasn't no email in the song,
Right,
back and forth, whatever. So we in there, her dude shows up. He's like a big rapper. He don't know us. So he rolls up and just sees two dudes in his crib with his chick that he don't know. So he looking us up and down, introduced ourselves. He's like, yeah, whatever. So we leave. We go to get in our rental cars outside. We get in the car, the rental car won't start. So now he comes out with her maybe an hour later to go pick up the
said
kid
an
from daycare.
hour? Y'all
Because
just outside?
we calling a tow truck.
Yeah.
We sitting across the street from his crib in the car. I'm like, nigga, this looks crazy.
Oh, that looks crazy.
They come back. We still sitting in the car. I'm like, nigga, this looks crazy. But it's freezing outside. We can't wait outside.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I make sure I get out so I could tell her, yo, what's going on. But I could see already that he looking like, it looked real suspect.
Yeah.
So finally the tow truck comes and we get off. So then I ran into him. At this time I hadn't had a record out. So I run into him. And I'm like, yo, remember blah, blah, blah. I was like, that was me. He was like, yo, B, I thought y'all niggas was on some BS. I'm like, nah, we wasn't. And we laughed about it. So, but that almost got real hairy.
Yeah. Nigga
shot
just
you niggas.
outside his spot.
Yeah. I'm like, yo, this don't look good. And there was nothing we could do. Cause we just got out the car. First of all, it's freezing.
Yeah.
But the neighborhood we was in, it
Oh,
went
no.
down.
Yeah, it wasn't sexy.
It went down.
Yeah.
So we was stuck.
Yeah, that ain't cool.
Yeah. Now this is funny. So this chick I'm dating, we go out to dinner at this seafood place. So me and the limo driver, we're gonna jump out and get the food, leave her in the limo. We get the food, we come out, was like, where's the limo? So we can't find a limo.
Hold on, you and the limo driver get out?
Get out. We run out, pull the hat down, we run in to get the food. We leave the chick in the limo.
In the limo, in the back of the limo.
Right.
Okay.
We come out, the limo's gone.
But the driver with you.
The driver's with me. So he looking at me, I'm looking at him like, nigga, I don't know. So we sitting there, we looking around. Cell phones is not really a thing back then. So we like, yo, what the hell happened? So then we see the limo come from around the corner. But as it turns, it got the whole side of it is a dent and it's yellow.
What?
So what happened was traffic started building up behind the limo. Shorty crawls through the thing and tries to move it, but you know them yellow poles in
Through
the
the
parking lot?
partition?
She caught the side of the pole and scraped the whole side of the limo. And then people was like, yo, that's so-and-so. It scraped the whole side of the limo. It just sat there like, sorry. Yo,
Wow.
yo, the limo driver was sick. Yeah, she destroyed his joint. Yeah, she destroyed his joint. It was at that moment, I'm like, we going on a second date.
Thug life.
Yeah, we was going on a second date.
That earned her a second date?
That earned her a second date. Just the balls of this person.
Yeah.
Yeah, that earned her a second date.
I drive limos now.
This was happening. That told me she do what she got to do.
That told me she did.
That told me she do what she got. Well, if it need to be done.
Any girl that'll jump through the partition,
Yeah.
already is on some foolishness.
Yeah, she different. She
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, she different.
That's
She
fair.
different.
That's fair.
Well, Brother Case, man, first of all, it's always a time, man.
Yes, sir. Always.
Anytime we're in the building together, it's always love. It's always a time. We appreciate your contributions to this thing, man.
Thank you.
Your music's timeless.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And apparently you are too.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
belong here, I guess.
You know what I'm saying? You,
Yeah,
you belong here, man.
Yeah.
And we look forward to more.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, come on, man.
You know what I mean? As we spoke before,
Yes, sir.
the pod, we look forward to more because you deserve it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for having me.
You deserve that, man. And you have our support. 100%.
Appreciate you, man.
Whatever you
Love
need
you.
from us.
Yes, sir.
You got that. You already know that.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tank.
I'm J Valentine.
And this is the R&B Money Podcast, the authority
Yeah.
of all things R&B. You can tell by the way. Staying alive, staying alive. Make some noise for Case, y'all.
Appreciate y'all, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ooh, yeah. R&B money.